Hello there. We've had a beautiful week of weather in Europe, settled autumn sunshine. That's all going to be replaced though into next week as we see some wet and windy weather arriving. Firstly into the UK and into France, ahead of it some sharp showers through the Alps and into Italy, and that's all going to swing its way gradually westwards. It will then be replaced by another system moving in, so our week ahead looks pretty unsettled. That said, ahead of it, not looking too bad on Sunday and probably into Monday across Turkey and across mainland Greece up through the Balkans as well. Heavy rain through northern Italy, also through France as well. That's going to bring a drop in the temperatures, but fine and settled across much of Spain and Portugal. That wetter weather then right across the UK, gradually that's going to push into the Low Countries as well. But for Germany, for Poland, much of Scandinavia, it's fine and quiet. By Monday, that front is continuing to track its way east, a lull in proceedings before the next system starts to push in across from the Atlantic. So that's going to be the story, an unsettled theme of weather, and that's going to affect the temperatures as well over the next few days. A cooler, fresher feel into London and Paris, Barcelona and Rome staying fine, settled and quite warm still with it. Across Eastern Europe, well, we've got some showers into Berlin, but elsewhere it's fine with the best of the sunshine reserved for Athens. Hello there. Hurricane Lorena made landfall during the early hours of Saturday morning across the Baja Peninsula. As a Category 1 hurricane, it will continue to track in a northerly direction, bringing some heavy rain and strong winds with it. This is Mario. We're not too concerned about that at the moment. Elsewhere across North America, well, we've got a weather front pushing in from the Pacific Northwest. We've also got one that's moving its way across the Great Lakes, bringing some heavy rain through the Central Plains. A drier, settled story, though, at the moment across parts of Texas after recent flooding. Some pretty intense showers down through the southern tip of Florida. But generally on the eastern seaboard, it's relatively quiet. So this is what to expect then across the Pacific Northwest. As you can see, that we've got rain through British Columbia affecting Vancouver, stretching into Oregon. Not looking too bad down through that California coastline though as well, fine and settled. So that rain will slowly ease away into the start of the new week. We keep the sunshine elsewhere. Now across the east coast, it's all about the high pressure dominating at the moment. A good deal of dry, settled and pretty warm weather with it. You can see where the heaviest of the rain is though, as I say, slicing down through the Great Lakes across the Central Plains. We've also got some pretty sharp showers across the southern tip of Florida, but drier in Texas. Welcome news here after those recent flooding rains. So that's the story then in terms of the city forecast for the next few days. A lot of dry weather to look out for. Hello there. A forecast for South America coming shortly, but first of all, let's take a look at the latest of the storms. We've got Jerry at the moment heading towards the Caribbean. I'll come back to that in just a moment. But at the same time, this was Lorena. Now, Category 1 storm making landfall across the Baja Peninsula. Just to the south and west of that, that's Mario. That one is expected to track along the west coast and not make landfall. But Lorena is starting to weaken as we speak. Mexico itself, along with Central America, will see some showers, nothing particularly extensive. Some fairly active showers across southern Florida and also across the Caribbean. And this is Jerry, as you can see by the brighter yellows and greens, the intensity of that rainfall with some damaging gusts of winds. Now, that is expected to push in a northerly direction and potentially interact with Bermuda as we go into next week. We'll keep you updated on that one. Here's our city forecast. So over the next few days, it stays pretty unsettled in San Juan and Kingston. As for South America, our usual showers up into the far north and west, affecting parts of Ecuador into Colombia and Venezuela. A few showers as well just to the south of Brazil, affecting Rio de Janeiro. Further south of that, it's wet and windy with some snow to the southern tip of Chile, and that will continue. But warmth is set to build as we go through southern parts of South America over the next few days, and you can see that in Buenos Aires. Plenty of sunshine. Hello there. Forecast for the Middle East coming up shortly, but first of all, let's take a look at the satellite picture for Africa, where there are some points of interest here. There's some showers across the Mediterranean and they're affecting North Africa. There's our seasonal rains, are close to the equator, and we've got some heavy rain really from Senegal down to Sierra Leone, across through the Gulf of Guinea, and also a weak weather front is producing some outbreaks of showery rain affecting Cape Town. It's not expected to last. That front will ease away. Disappointing feel to things on Sunday with 18 degrees. But look what happens to the temperatures. Warmth builds, and in actual fact, by the middle part of the week, we'll be back up to 30 degrees. Elsewhere, it's fine, but quite a lot of cloud continues into Nairobi. Just some rain expected by the end of the week. Now, North African coastline not faring too badly despite those showers affecting the Mediterranean. As you can see into Casablanca, things stay settled and sunny. Bit more of a breeze along the Red Sea coast, but generally through the Middle East, there's hardly a cloud in the sky. Still, we're talking about the warmth at this time of year. Temperatures not as extreme as they have been, but nevertheless, in some spots, they could peak at least in the low 40s, maybe a few degrees higher. So it's still a pretty warm story. Just a few scattered showers across the north of Iran. And in actual fact, the city forecast illustrates that dry, settled feel. A lot of sunshine around and temperatures again into the 40s. Hello there. No signs of the monsoon rains easing. In fact, some of the showers really quite intense through the course of the weekend. That said, the heavy rain that we have seen in Gujarat, this massive cloud here, is now starting to drift away. But shower cloud will develop as we go through the afternoon, and those showers really become quite widespread. The brighter colours denoting the intensity of the rain, so some heavy ones into Sri Lanka and through Tamil Nadu, and in fact stretching up through those northeastern states as well of India. It stays pretty heavy. Across Bangladesh, also through the Himalayas as well. So that is South Asia. We'll come back to it again in just a moment. Central Asia, as you can see, we've got a weather front that's pushing its way through Kazakhstan. That will bring some outbreaks of rain, but south of that, it's largely fine and quiet. Still with some warmth as those temperatures still into the mid to high 30s. So, Pakistan largely fine and quiet here. Those showers I was talking about stretching all the way down, not too bad across the Kerala coastline, but up through Tamil Nadu, Uttar Andhra Pradesh, seeing some heavy rain. The same too as well for Nepal and also into Bangladesh. So, the city forecasts show those showers around. Mumbai, though, shouldn't be too bad for the start of the new week, for more showers returning Wednesday onwards. And Tashkent keeps that blue sky and sunshine, although not quite as warm as it has been this weekend. Hello there. Organisers of the World Cup will be keeping a close eye on Storm Tapa, which, as you can see quite clearly on the satellite picture, continues to track in a northerly direction. It's moving its way up through the Sea of Japan. It looks likely to bring the heaviest of the rain across the Korean Peninsula, but nevertheless, for Japan on Sunday, it's going to be windy and it's going to be wet at times. Some pretty intense showers here, but the heaviest of the rain through the Sea of Japan and affecting the Korean Peninsula, the yellows and greens denoting that. Now, to the west of that, across much of China, it's fine and settled, a little drier and a little warmer than it should be at this time of year. Some sharper showers into Vietnam and North Thailand, quieter further south. And our city forecast, well, it's picking up some showers into Bangkok and Singapore, but Beijing keeps that sunshine and that warmth, temperatures into the low 30s. Across to Australia now, it's largely fine and quiet. We have seen some pretty sharp showers and some windy conditions down into the southeast. An improving picture on Monday, but that wet weather will drift its way steadily eastwards, and that's going to move its way across both the south and the North Island of New Zealand. So expect some showery outbreaks of rain through Monday afternoon, temperatures peaking perhaps into the mid to high teens. Let's take a look at the city forecast, see what to expect. Sydney will stay dry and settled for our week ahead. A little more cloud though into Melbourne, but warmer than it has been.